Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Amad Diallo open to Sunderland loan return if he does not get first team a chance. Manchester United youngster Amad Diallo is open to returning to Sunderland on loan if he does not feature in the first team plans of manager Erik ten Hag next season, Fabrizio Romano report. The Ivory Coast international spent the previous campaign on loan with the Black Cats. He made a slow start under manager Tony Mowbray, but became a key player for the club after the World Cup break. Ahmad finished the campaign with an impressive 14 goals and 4 assists in all competitions. The 20-year-old played a key role in the Black Cats qualifying for the playoffs from an unlikely position. It's now reported that the youngster's future is still open. He is hoping for a first-team chance under Ten Hag. If he is to be loaned out, his preference would be to return to the Stadium of Light. The former Atalanta graduate has the ability to play anywhere in attack, but prefers the right-wing role. At the moment, Anthony is the undisputed starter in the position, but Ahmad should get plenty of opportunities to impress in pre-season. He could get 45 minutes per appearance. If he can make a few goal contributions, it's more likely that the manager will decide to keep him. Otherwise, the door is open for Ahmad to pursue another temporary move elsewhere. It has been reported that Dutch champions Feyenoord may approach to sign him, but we won't be surprised if Ahmad insists on returning to the championship with the Black Cats. The Ivorian was playing with confidence behind him during the back end of the campaign. He may want another season in the second tier to produce better numbers in terms of goals and assists. Alejandro Garnacho set to be rewarded with the coveted number 7 jersey. Manchester United will be required to take crucial calls on the futures of several academy graduates ahead of Erik ten Hag's second season in charge. One of the most significant could be one which involves the breakout star of the previous campaign, Alejandro Garnacho. As per the Manchester Evening News, the Argentine could be offered the chance to wear the coveted number 7 jersey, one of the most famous shirt numbers the club has to offer. Garnacho, who currently dons the number 49, has been electrifying in the previous campaign, with the United manager and his teammates praising his fearlessness. The iconic jersey has been worn by the likes of George Best, David Beckham, and Cristiano Ronaldo in the past, with the Portuguese wearing it last before his departure last season. It has been an unlucky number since the Portugal skipper departed first time around, with the likes of Michael Owen, Antonio Valencia, Memphis Depay, and Alexis Sanchez all failing to carry the weight of the shirt. Edinson Cavani somewhat managed to perform as per expectations before Ronaldo's homecoming a couple of seasons back. Now Garnacho could be the next superstar in the making to wear the number 7 jersey. The 18-year-old made 34 appearances for the first team in all competitions last campaign, scoring 5 goals and assisting as many during that time. His performances impressed Ten Hag so much that the manager greenlit a new long-term deal for the Argentina international. United signed the youngster from Atletico Madrid when he was only 16 back in 2020, and he was named the Jamie Murphy Young Player of the Year in his debut season for the club. Man United interested in signing George Petrovic see him as a backup goalkeeper. Manchester United are interested in signing New England Revolution star Petrovic for the backup goalkeeper role, according to Manchester Evening News. The Red Devils are currently unsure over the contract situation of David De Gea, with his deal expiring on June 30. The Spaniard has no desire to accepting a pay cut and could leave as a free agent next month. With this in mind, United have started looking for a new number 1, and reports have claimed that Inter Milan's Andrea Onana is the priority target for the club. Meanwhile, it appears United are also eyeing a deputy shot-stopper ahead of next season, with Dean Henderson likely to leave Old Trafford permanently. Tom Hinton could also head for the exit door in the search for playing time, and Manchester Evening News claim that Petrovic is being closely monitored. The 23-year-old, who is also on the radar of several Premier League clubs, is a target for the Red Devils, but they have yet to make any contact for him. Petrovic joined the New England Revolution in April last year as a replacement for Matt Turner. The Serbia international had a brilliant debut season in Major League Soccer. He made 3.9 saves per game with an impressive save percentage of 76. Despite this, he is not the best when it comes to distributing from the back, and it's a reason why United are not considering him for the number one role. He averaged just 16 passes per appearance with an accuracy of 62%. Petrovic registered 5 long balls per game with an accuracy of only 34%. In our view, Petrovic would be a decent acquisition with his strong reflexes. United need a young shot stopper as a backup, with Hitton no longer in his prime. Man United on the horizon, Erik Ten Hag eager to bring Adrian Rabio to Old Trafford. Manchester United are likely to revive their interest in signing Juventus midfielder Adrian Rabio, according to Corriere dello Sport. The Red Devils came close to landing the France international last summer. They agreed a deal worth 20 million euros with the Serie A outfit, while manager Erik Ten Hag also held talks with the midfielder. However, a transfer did not materialize in the end due to a disagreement over personal terms. United were reluctant to meet the midfielder's wage demands of 10 million euros per year. Corriere dello Sport now report that there are Manchester United on the horizon for Rabio, whose contract with the Bianconeri expires at the end of June. Ten Hag is eager to materialize the transfer that broke down at the final hurdle last summer. The Frenchman was a surprise target for the Red Devils last summer, considering he had a poor season before it at Juventus with just 2 assists from 45 games. A section of United fans were not pleased with the club's pursuit. A transfer did not go through in the end as the hierarchy refused to meet his salary demands. However, not many may complain about an approach this summer. The 28-year-old was Juventus' best player last season with 11 goals and 6 assists from 48 outings. Rabio completed 84% of his passes in Serie A, winning 2 tackles and 5.8 duels per game. In our view, the World Cup finalist would be an upgrade on Fred, who is widely expected to leave the club this summer. He could be on his way to Fulham soon. Rabiot's wage demands remain on the higher side, but United could be willing to meet his salary this time around, considering there is no transfer fee involved. The Frenchman could receive a huge signing on fee, but it may not exceed more than 10 million euros. He is currently valued at 40 million euros by transfer market after a brilliant season. Man United have to pay £52 million to sign Andrea Onana as Inter lose successor to Tottenham. Manchester United have to pay 60 million euros to sign Inter Milan goalkeeper Andrea Onana this summer, according to Corriere dello Sport. The Red Devils are considering a replacement for David De Gea, with the Spaniard reluctant to accept a pay cut on his current wages. His present deal expires at the end of June, and there is a high possibility that he could leave as a free agent unless United meet his contract demands. Inter Milan's Andrea Onana has been identified as the prime target to replace him, and it was recently reported that his agent spoke with the Red Devils. However, a deal is unlikely to be straightforward, with Inter now holding out for £52 million to sell him. Corriere dello Sport claimed that the move is much more in turmoil, with Inter set to lose Onana's potential successor Vicario to Tottenham Hotspur. United are currently in discussions with Chelsea for midfielder Mason Mount. Their third bid of £55 million was rejected. They will need to make an improved proposal. The Blues are looking for £65 million, including add-ons, for the England international, but United will be hoping to negotiate a package of around £60 million for his services. Meanwhile, United won't get Onana on the cheap. They have held preliminary talks with his representative, but the big question now is whether they can afford him. Erik ten Hag currently has a pre-sales budget of only £120 million, and it looks likely that the club will spend part of it on securing the signature of Mount this summer. United could spend the remaining funds on Onana, but the manager may prioritize the signing of a striker first before focusing on the goalkeeping department. In our opinion, the Red Devils can't afford to take their time on the 2023 Champions League finalist, as other European rivals could trump them to his signature. Manchester United admit defeat in Kim Min-Jae chase. In a disappointing turn of events, Manchester United seem to have lost out in the chase to sign South Korean defender Kim Min-Jae. According to Football Insider, United held a strong interest in the Napoli man, but it appeared to have been overtaken by German champions Bayern München. Up until a few weeks ago, Old Trafford was viewed as being Kim's next destination, with the player himself reportedly keen on a move to the Premier League. Erik ten Hag is known to be a fan of the no-nonsense centre-back who was viewed as being a potential upgrade on embattled England captain Harry Maguire. The 26-year-old had a fantastic season, helping steer Napoli to their first Serie A conquest in 33 years. He was a rock at the back for Napoli, playing nearly every league game, scoring 2 goals and providing 2 assists. His stock has risen dramatically, with Europe's elite on high alert given that his release clause becomes active in July. With Bayern having agreed terms with Kim, as the People's Person reported, United may have to concede that the race to sign the player is all but over. If the Bayern hijack is successful, as is now expected, the Korean will earn a much improved 10 to 12 million euros annually. While there is still significant time for United to convince Kim, the player appears to have his heart set on a move to München. Erik ten Hag will have to turn his eyes to other targets, such as Axel Disasi, who has been mentioned as an alternative. Erik ten Hag has previously stressed the importance of investing to prevent the club from getting left behind while rivals strengthen their squads. Chelsea rejected third Mason Mount bid from Man United, may counter-offer of £58 million plus £7 million in add-ons. Chelsea have rejected a third bid from Manchester United for midfielder Mason Mount, according to The Athletic's David Ornstein. The Red Devils have identified the English as their priority summer target, but they have yet to finalize an agreement with the Blues. The club recently made a third offer of £50 million plus £5 million in add-ons for the 24-year-old, but the Blues have countered the proposal with £58 million plus £7 million in bonuses. United remain interested in signing the Blues graduate, and Ornstein reveals that the London outfit have offered to meet the Red Devils to find a solution. There is hope of a swift resolution such that Mount does not miss the beginning of pre-season. Mount has been earmarked as Erik ten Hag's prime target to bolster the central midfield department. It was recently suggested that the club could walk away after a third offer, but it appears they have not given up on their pursuit of the England international. The Blues have now proposed a personal meeting to finalize the fee, and hopefully United can settle on a package of £60 million to secure the midfielder's signature. Mount will enter the final year of his contract next month, but this has not deterred the Blues from negotiating, having already recouped plenty of funds. The London side have already sanctioned the departures of Mateo Kovacic and Kai Havertz to Manchester City and Arsenal for £30 million and £65 million respectively. They are also expecting to sell Edouard Mendy, Hakim Ziyech and Khalidou Koulibaly to Saudi Pro League clubs, which will improve their financial situation. In our view, United have been slow in negotiations for the £80,000 a week star and should have secured an agreement much earlier for a decent discount. Transfer expert gives definitive update on Man United's move for Mbappé. There could be quite the game of chess going on this summer between Kylian Mbappé and Paris Saint-Germain, after the French World Cup winner apparently informed the league and Giants that he wouldn't be staying at the club beyond next season. It appears that PSG now want the player to leave before the beginning of the 23-24 campaign. If they are unsuccessful in doing so, they will know that Mbappe can move to a club of his choosing in 12 months' time for nothing. It's clear that their preference is to move him on now in order to be able to secure a transfer fee for him, though it could be a long, hard summer if the player wants to dig his heels in. If Sheikh Jassim were to become the owner of Man United, it's believed that he wants to bring Mbappe to Old Trafford. However, the problem that his 9-2 foundation have at present is that they are still no closer to knowing if they will become the new owners or not. One thing is clear, if the current ownership remains in control for the entirety of this summer's transfer window, Mbappe will not be moving to the red half of Manchester, Fabrizio Romano said to Give Me Sport. What we can say is that with the Glazers, this is absolutely not a topic. For sure, they are not working on that or Neymar because we know the Glazers are going in a different direction. With some time still to go before this window closes, there is plenty of time for things to change, and you can never say never in football. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.